We ought not whitewash Jimmy Carter's legacy. He's the worst president in modern American history. The only possible exception at this point would, in fact, be Joe Biden. He also happened to be the world's worst ex-president, a horrifyingly bad ex-president who did quite evil things with his ex-presidency. He built houses with Habitat for Humanity. That's great. That's really nice. Also, he spent literally all of his time hobnobbing with dictators, trying to cut deals that defied the American government, including Democratic governments like the government that was led by Bill Clinton, and also supporting literal terrorist groups. This is a thing that Jimmy Carter, he was a vindictive, not particularly nice human being.
Oh, Benny, you sad little man. You know, Ben, if your followers weren't such cowardly, pathetic, incel losers who weren't afraid to look things up, you would have no platform. So essentially everything Ben Shapiro just said was a lie. Jimmy Carter wasn't hanging out with third world dictators at a cookout. After he left office, he worked with third world dictators to release political prisoners. You can read about it in this article from the AP. Not just that article, but numerous other articles about the work that Jimmy Carter did after he left office. The same applies to terrorist organizations. He met with them to also release hostages and political prisoners. Something I couldn't help but notice that you failed to mention. Did he defy U.S. foreign policy? Yes, he did. But that was U.S. foreign policy created by people like Henry Kissinger. An example of that policy would be the U.S. providing funds and arms for anti-communist groups in Central America, who were even more brutal than the opposition forces they were fighting. Back then, they called it a proxy war. Again, something I couldn't help but notice that you failed to mention. So I have a question for you, Ben. When you tear down a good man like Jimmy Carter, what does that say about you? Do you think that you're on the side of the angels? Do you think you're a good man? Well, anyway, this has been Doc for Diesel Punk Industries. Thanks for watching, and as always, Crunchy White Pimp Forever.